Well, the first question you got to ask yourself is Instagram shopping the right fit for you? See, the whole thing is if you're trying to boost WooCommerce sales using Instagram, there are several layers of questions you got to ask yourself, and you need to answer those questions positively. You got to provide positive answers in your own analysis. This is important. The thing is that Instagram offers a lovely and swift platform that allows you to reach more people with your products at very little effort with many active users, right? And depending on the product categories you are selling on your WooCommerce store, the Instagram product feed should be a favorable choice, depending again on the geography, on the demographics, on the professions you're targeting, on the niche that you're targeting. Okay, so we have seen in our research, and we have been studying this for the last 5 to 10 years, that there are specific categories like auto, fashion, beauty, watches and jewelry, travel, retail, sportswear, you have beverages, and consumer electronics have already achieved success from their Instagram shopping feed ventures. So those are very popular niches, if you will, on the platform. So it's really important to choose the right strategy, the right niche. Okay, so when you think about having a very effective WooCommerce strategy using Instagram, you need to think about the industry you represent. I mean, all industries are different, okay? Every industry has its very specific dynamics, and this is what we have seen in the last 5 to 10 years, analyzing this market, this combination between WooCommerce and Instagram. You have to think about the visual appeal of your products. Remember, Instagram is it's a visually oriented social media. You got to think about where your customers are at. Are your customers on Instagram? Because the whole thing is you want to make sure that you are basically advertising, or you're basically engaging with your customers where they're more likely to be at. So if your customers are on TikTok and you are having a WooCommerce versus Instagram strategy, you have a gap there, right? You have a chasm in your strategy. You also need to think about the performance of your Facebook ads. Remember, Instagram is part of the Facebook family, okay, the Meta family. So you also have to think about, and this is a long-term strategy for you, you need to think about visually enhancing your product images. So if you do all of these things, you need to think about how those things fit with your Instagram shopping strategy. So in the industry you represent is really important. Instagram is not a perfect solution for all industries or categories of products, but those are limited. So please make sure that there is a strong fit within the product you're selling on your WooCommerce store versus your Instagram strategy. Very important. I want to talk about the visual appeal of your products. See, the thing is, if you're trying to boost WooCommerce sales using Instagram, I just mentioned that before. By the way, welcome back to the show. It's really a pleasure to have you here. Very happy. And we're having a quick convo about how to boost your WooCommerce sales using Instagram. See, the whole thing is, I have spoken to you before about the visual importance of your presentation on Instagram. So the thing is, I don't care how your WooCommerce store is. If you're telling me, well, I have a lot of text on my store, the thing is, when you want to switch to Instagram, you have to automatically think about visual appeal. Okay, this is really important. Though Instagram is a social media platform, it has some differences with its presentations. So Instagram offers exceptional visual storytelling. Okay, you may also find Pinterest very appealing to share your stories visually. So when we talk about visual appeal, we're speaking about Pinterest and Instagram primarily. But in today's conversation, we're actually focusing on WooCommerce and Instagram, right? So one thing I want to say here is that you can actually showcase beautiful photography and short videos about your products on Instagram. Okay, you will find the option to sell your products by visually representing those products, by visually representing them on Instagram. And so the question to you is, I have a question for you. What do you think about your products? Like, I'm asking you, forget about you being the seller. In general, the product that you are selling, what do you think about them? What would a potential buyer think about your products? I'm not speaking about the products from your store, but the products in general. So if you're selling sneakers, what do potential buyers think of sneakers in general? And then let's go from the general to the narrow to the specific. What do they think about your specific brand of sneakers? This is the kind of analysis I want you to have, okay? And are your products are they visually appealing on photo? Okay, so the thing is, if they are, then there is no limit. You can display your creativity and promote your products to millions of Instagram users all over the world. Okay, and one thing you need to be aware of the fact that apart from the physical products, you can also sell online tutorials. Okay, you will have to attach a visual representation of it to the users. So this is good. So let's say, for instance, if you have a cooking lesson and sharing the final dishes images, this will grab your target audience's attention. So it's all about showing the final result and actually trying to hook the audience up with a very nice, visually appealing final result. This is really, it works fantastically. Again, we have been researching this for the last 5 to 10 years, and we have seen amazing results. I want to ask you a question, boss. By the way, I want to remind everybody of today's topic. We're talking about how to boost WooCommerce stores, your WooCommerce store sales using Instagram, right? So the whole focus is on Instagram, to use that platform as a way to actually amplify your revenue for your WooCommerce store. My question to you is, boss, are your customers on Instagram? The thing is, you got to have a clear idea about what kinds of customers you are targeting. Okay, so if you tell me your customers are on Instagram, my follow-up question is, how are you sure? I mean, have you done research? Have you actually accessed your analytics, your WooCommerce analytics, to see that, hey, listen, here are my customers, they're coming from Instagram? How sure are you? Because you got to have ways to ascertain the source of your target audience. Okay, this is really important, because you don't want to be on Instagram and realize that your customers are on Pinterest, or your potential customers, that is, they are on Facebook. Even though Facebook is part of the Meta family, similar to Instagram, those are two different platforms, right? You don't want to realize that your customers are on YouTube, for example. So it's very important to make sure that the online geography of your customers matches whatever strategy you want to have in place. Okay, and so it is no wonder that a large number of your customers are already on Instagram. If they are, this is fantastic, because you also need to so if your customers, your potential customers, that is, if they spend time on this social platform, you can basically connect with them very quickly, because the platform is built to actually optimize, to actually enhance engagement between brands and consumers. Okay, you need to create a convenient way for your customers to follow you on Instagram. So adding a follow us on the Instagram button on your site can be an excellent step. So what you want to do is, when you go to your WooCommerce site, you want to add follow us on Instagram. You want to follow us on the Instagram button. Okay, apart from that, it will be best if you give people an option to share your products on their desired social media platforms, including Instagram. More importantly, social proof is a potent tool that can increase your sales and build trust among your customers. So you will find that people who share products online before purchase have a double chance to purchase the product down the line. So we're talking about things like reviews. So reviews are important. Reviews are quite essential when it comes to social proof. Another question that you need to answer satisfactorily is basically the performance of your Facebook ads. Remember, when we talk about Instagram, your strategy about Instagram has to be meshed into your Facebook ads. Have you tried Facebook advertising at all, boss? Let me ask you a question. So right now, let's just recap everything. You currently have a WooCommerce store. Okay, you are running your store, and you are probably you might be doing some occasional PPC campaigns on YouTube, on other platforms, maybe on Facebook, on Pinterest, on Instagram. But what is the performance of those specific Facebook ads? Have you tried let's say, several iterations of the same ad just to see which one works for you. Have you done A/B testing? So if you telling me that the overall performance of your Facebook ads is great, then this is fantastic. You know why? Because you can actually integrate this into the Instagram ecosystem. In other words, you can redirect potential customers from Facebook to your Instagram store, or even to your WooCommerce store. Okay, so what you want to do is you want to have a three-way system, a three-way formula that goes from your store, your WooCommerce store, to Facebook and to Instagram, and vice versa. Okay, so WooCommerce, Facebook, Instagram, WooCommerce, Facebook, Instagram, WooCommerce, Facebook, Instagram, and so on and so forth. So you just repeat that loop. Okay, it's really important because it is most likely that you have run ads on Facebook. If you successfully promote your products on Facebook, then Instagram is an unavoidable choice for you. Running similar ads on Instagram can bring you a fortune. Why? Because you have a compelling formula, you have a winning formula that actually you can replicate. Okay, so promoting your products on Facebook can be a tedious task. So you want to make sure that you are able to have the right way to do it. We have actually another show that will teach you how to optimize, how to optimally manage your WooCommerce product feeds for Facebook. So success in Facebook ads will mean that they have an immense opportunity on Instagram. I'm not saying that the audiences on two platforms are similar. However, those two brands are owned by Meta, and those two brands have some sort of the same or similar, advertising algorithm. So if you're able to place the Facebook ad algorithm, you are more likely to place the Instagram advertising algorithm. I want to go back to the origins. I want to go back to how I started this conversation today. You have to visually enhance your product images. Okay. By the way, I want to quickly remind you of today's topic. We're having a conversation about how to boost WooCommerce store sales using Instagram. So what am I trying to say here? See, the whole thing is that, are you selling a product? Are you selling a service? Are you selling an online course, online workshop? Whatever you are selling, you need to find a way to transpose, to convert that thought of yours, the beautiful product of yours, the beautiful service of yours, into visually appealing materials. This is really important. Instagram is a visually oriented platform. Okay, this is how the platform is built. So when we talk about visually appealing, we're speaking about photos and videos. Okay, and so first of all, you need to be very careful with your product photography. So the product image, the product image should be able to tell the whole story to your customers. Besides, you can take help from Instagram's photo editing tools. They have great tools on the platform that you can avail yourself of. And Instagram offers image filtering, cropping, and other photo editing options to make your images more appealing. So boss, right now, this is a decision you have to make. So it doesn't matter if the quality of the pictures that you have on your WooCommerce store is excuse the word, crappy. Just make sure that what you have on Instagram is not crappy. What you have on Instagram should be high quality. And by the way, you want to improve if you do have crappy images on your WooCommerce store. You want to basically fix those. Okay, and this is important. And you can leverage great pictures to increase your store's sales. If you start creating posts with your products on Instagram, there will be a rich photo bank of your product images. Okay. And after doing that, you should be able to decide whether you want to promote your product via Instagram through Instagram product feeds or not. And WooCommerce Instagram feed can be the missing piece of the puzzle for your business. So this is really good. And one thing I also want to say here is that please, you don't have to always run promotional ads on Instagram. You have to think about timing here. You have to think about the purpose. You have to think about your audience. How often do they want to interact with you? How often do they want to engage with your brand? Those are quintessential questions you need to answer first. let's quickly talk about how to leverage Instagram to get more sales over the long run. So here I'm just positioning myself in a long run here. Okay, this is important. And one thing you want to do here is that there are a lot of tools that can allow you to do this. See, when you run an online store, whether it is on WooCommerce, on BigCommerce, on Shopify, on Square, and so on and so forth, you got to think about your budget. You have to think about your resources, but most importantly, you have to think about productivity. What are the things you can do manually, and what are the things you have to automate? See, the thing is, a lot of folks, people tell you, hey, you want to start slow, you want to do things manually, and over time you want to scale. You want to start doing things automatically. This is not always the best piece of advice in our view. Again, I'm speaking to you here based on 20 years of experience analyzing the online commerce ecosystem. Sometimes it's just better to start right away to start on the proper footing right away. What I'm trying to say here is that even if your store is small, if you need to automate some part of it, some parts of that store of online selling thing, make sure you automate it. For example, you have social media feed plugins. You don't have to actually do things manually to connect to your WooCommerce store, to your Instagram, or to your Facebook. No, there are feeds. There are feed plugins. There are feed plugins that allow you to do the work really good. Okay. And so what is a social media feed plugin? Well, social media feed plugins allow you to embed your social media feed on your website. Okay. And in our case, your Instagram feed on your website. And this offers many benefits. So given that it is a visual platform, Instagram photos are generally more vibrant and of better quality, and showing them on your website can enhance its visual appeal. Moreover, Instagram lacks all of your amazing posts behind a login screen, but with social media feed plugins, you can bypass this and make your content visible to even non-Instagram users through your website. Okay, so some more ways to the feeds actually help, or you can display posts made by your customers to add social proof to your website. So this can really help build credibility and nudge new shoppers into buying your products, thus boosting sales. Having an Instagram feed on your website can increase engagement and a user's session duration. This is really important because people might stay on your website for longer to go through all your photos. And those social media feeds also help expand the reach of your Instagram post and turn website visitors into followers. Fantastic. Let me share with you a few top plugins to leverage Instagram and boost WooCommerce sales. Okay. And this goes back to what I was telling you earlier about automating some parts of the process. I mean, you have to really know what you can do manually and where you have to automate things so you can save time. It's all about productivity and revenue growth. So let me share with you a few social media plugins. So you have the WooCommerce Instagram social media plugin. So the primary goal of this plugin, is to help you upload your catalog on Instagram and create shoppable posts and stories. But it doesn't stop here. The plugin also lets you showcase Instagram photos posted by your customers directly on your product pages. So all you have to do is create a product hashtag from the settings and ask your customers to use it when they post about the product. So then images tagged with that hashtag will automatically show up on the concerned products page. So besides pushing user-generated content, UGC, this can also help you build credibility among new shoppers and thus increase sales. So this is a great strategy, okay? And what we love about this plugin is that it gives you the freedom to choose the number of images and columns to show and which images to display. And recent, you can do recent ones, top ones with most likes, comments, or both. So overall, by helping you set up Instagram shopping and use Instagram content on your website, the plugin serves a dual purpose and makes itself a top choice. So we love this product a lot. In terms of pricing, you have to pay about $79 a year with 1 year update and support and a 30-day money-back guarantee. Another social media feed plugin, we have Embed Social. So Embed Social's WordPress Instagram feeds is a great plugin to showcase your Instagram content and create an Instagram gallery of sorts on your website. It does not only let you display images you post, but also those posted by your other Instagram users that mention your brand or hashtags. So moreover, what we love about this plugin is that it comes with more than 10 layouts, so you can choose how to display posts. You can also customize the Instagram widgets titles, the colors, the images, the size, the padding, and so on and so forth, so it fits your website's look and theme properly. So besides offering rich customization features, it also lets you control which posts to actually display. So we love that a lot. And in terms of pricing, they offer a free version with limited features, but paid plans starts at $24 per month, and those are billed annually. And there are other social media feed plugins I want to share with you. So you have Spotlights. So what we love about Spotlights is that you have a feature-rich and lightweight social media feed plugin. Okay, so this plugin lets you embed Instagram feeds on your website and display your post, and even those where users tagged your account or used your hashtags. So it offers templates like grid or masonry, so you can choose how to show posts. We love that a lot. You can also customize your Instagram feed's look by changing the background color, space between images, font sizes, hover over effects. You have a profile picture, bio, etc. It even lets you show your follower, like, and comment count to build credibility further. In terms of pricing, you have the free version that comes with limited features, and then you have the Spotlight PRO that starts at $49 a year. Then you also have another plugin. It's called Feed Them Social. So although it doesn't provide as many customization features, Feed Them Social is simple to use and helps you get the job done just the same. Okay. In terms of pricing, the free version comes with limited features, and the premium starts at $50 a year for one site. And so what makes this plugin stand out is that it lets you pull content from different social media platforms, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, and create different feeds for each. You can create as many social feeds as you want and embed them in pages, posts, or even the sidebar. Okay, again, you can choose the number of posts and columns to show, the gallery height and width, the image padding, and whether to actually add a like or follow button with the feed. You can even choose whether to show header information like your account's bio and followers, and the likes and comments on posts. Fantastic. And you have I want to share with you a third social media feed plugin that's called the Instagram Feed Pro. So Smashballoon's Instagram Feed WordPress plugin is a great tool to use your Instagram content on your website. Okay, and all you need to do is log into your Instagram account, and the plugin manages the rest. So this is really great, and so you're able to adjust and optimize your website's fonts, colors, and styles. So the plugin actually creates a feed that actually suits your website right out of the box. So this is really good. In terms of pricing, it's currently the pricing currently starts at $49 a year with a 1-year update and support and a 30-day money-back guarantee. So this is really great. Overall, this is a great choice. So let me just quickly say that, just to kind of recap to this conversation, Instagram is an excellent marketing tool in itself, but social media feed plugins allow you to fully utilize the content you post there to improve your website, add social proof, and boost sales. Okay, but what I want to say here is that if you want to, the best way and most straightforward way to leverage Instagram for your WooCommerce store is to sell directly on the platform using Instagram shopping. Okay, this is really good. And Shopify, so this is kind of cool. You want to basically start where your customers are. Very important. Thank you so much for your attention. I really appreciate it. I will see you next time. But until then, remember, stay marvelous.